Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. You should have a little thing that popped up that said we are recording. So you want to hit yes, otherwise you will be kicked out. My name is Ayesha Dixon. I'm the director of the Emeriti Retiree Relations Center here at UCLA. We do pre-retirement planning and workshops for staff and faculty, and then post-retirement engagement with the campus, including sessions like this. We have our LA Opera program tomorrow. So if you haven't signed up yet for the opera, we have two fantastic alums, Jamie Grainer and Nathan Grainer and Jamie, who are a married couple. So it makes Zooming extra easy when you have a musical performance. So I will put that information in the chat, as well as how to register in our last newsletter. So if you want to subscribe and you're not already subscribed to our newsletter, you can do that. So we have a very special guest here. I'm not quite sure how often we will have someone from IT present on these Zoom sessions, or how long we're going to be doing Zoom 101. But I think as long as there's an interest and people are still learning the ins and outs, we can try to do this monthly. So hopefully, you know how to use the chat feature. You can definitely type questions into the chat. As I mentioned before we started recording, we will leave it open for questions. I'm not a Zoom expert, but it's been my life for the past 19 months, has it probably for most of you. So today we have PJ Earley from IT Services, and he has put together a great PowerPoint. So this might answer some of your immediate questions. And then, like I said, it's a short PowerPoint, and then we'll open it up to questions. So if you cannot, so as of now, can you mute yourselves? If you do not know how to do that, I'll give you a second or two, and then I will do it for you as the host. So I think I see people muting. So we're okay. I wanted to see where people were as far as their Zooming knowledge. Okay, so PJ, go ahead and get started.
Thanks, Ayesha. So again, everyone, thank you for having me. My name is PJ Earley. I work with the Student Affairs IT in the Chancellor's Office. I put together just a brief little PowerPoint, goes over the features, kind of like the basics of it. And then after that, we can go with some questions. So the goal of the training is to get an understanding of like what Zoom can do for you. And, it says for your team, but for you, your family, your friends. Highlight some of the key features of the app to help increase the productivity, as well as just your understanding of the application. So let's go over some of those features. So it has private and group chat. So like Ayesha said, like you do have a little button on the bottom that says chat. You can, if you chat right now, it's going to send it to all the participants, but you can select it and actually do a private chat with individuals during the meeting if you want. All the chats are kept between mobile and desktop, and the teams can stay productive wherever you are. You can invite internal and external participants into your chat, as well as instantly transition from the chat directly into a meeting. So if you're just chatting with somebody on Zoom, you can just click one button and start a meeting from that chat. The Zoom meetings for desktops and mobile provides the tools to make every meeting a great one. Meetings can be recorded, screens can be shared, and videos with full audio and video transmit without having to upload any of the content. Meetings can be created on the fly or scheduled for a later time and date. Screen sharing. Zoom allows for screen sharing on desktops, tablets, and mobile devices that are running Zoom. The host and attendees can share screen by just clicking the share screen icon. The host does not need to pass the ball or make someone a presenter. To share, the host can actually lock screen sharing so that no attendee can share the screen. So you can either have it open to everybody or just make it so that just the host does it. Zoom also has virtual backgrounds. The background feature allows you to display an image or a video as your background during a Zoom meeting. This feature works best with the physical green screen and uniform lighting to allow Zoom to detect the difference between you and your background. You can upload your own images or videos as a virtual background. to do the virtual background, you can just click on your profile picture, click on the settings, and in the left bar, you're going to see a background and filters. From there, you just choose virtual background and choose the image that you want to do. And we can go over that if you guys want to see that. So resources, Ayesha, I'm going to place this in the chat so people can click on it. I think this would be a good place for them to start if they have questions related to like how to start a Zoom meeting, how to share, or how to like schedule a Zoom meeting. We put together a few wikis that go into like, I'll just pull it up so you can see it. This is a public wiki, so you don't have to be on the UCLA network. So far, you know, we have like how to invite somebody to a Zoom meeting, and we made it so it's pretty easy. And if any questions come up during this meeting that we don't have a wiki for, I can always just create one and they can use this site to access this stuff.
Yeah, can you, so at the end of the presentation, I'll send out like a resources, so I can just click on that to send that to people too. So post meeting, I always send a thank you for coming email, and I'll make sure this resource is included.
Okay. So that's pretty much the basics of Zoom. So I wanted to go into the questions right now. I'm gonna open up the chat so I can.
So there's no questions so far in the chat, but so that again was like a crash course for everyone as far as Zooming. We can take questions. So go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a question. I see someone raising their hand. Michael, go ahead.
Can he go through how to do the background, like where you find settings and things like that? Like, in other words, I'm looking at the bottom and I see mute video, participants chat, share screen, record live transcript reaction. I don't see anything where it says like settings or how you get to settings to do a background.
Yeah. So during the meeting and screen sharing, I'm not sure if it won't allow me to show you my Zoom during the meeting, but right next to stop video, you'll see a little drop down box. If you click that drop down box, you should see choose virtual background.
There's like a little caret, like the little up arrow caret, Michael. Can everyone see that? Next to stop video, there's a little up arrow caret. Michael, you're on mute now. You see it? So if you click the up arrow, you'll see choose virtual background.
Okay.
Choose virtual filter. And then once you click on that, it'll open it up to the window and I can change mine. So let's see. Do you see me in San Francisco now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to try it, Michael?
So I see background filters. Yeah. Now how do I find something?
So on background,
it has none.
You'll see virtual background.
Right, I'm on the settings page. I have background filters, which I clicked on.
Okay. And then it says none, blur.
Yeah, I see none and blur. That's it.
So you might need to update your software because you should have about 8 pre-selected backgrounds for virtual backgrounds. And it is also virtual filters. So like if you click on blur, that's the current one that you have. There's no other things listed under virtual backgrounds?
Just none and blur.
Okay, so maybe you might have an older Zoom. So the next time you log in, see if you need to update your software. Can everyone else see?
How do you update? How do you update Zoom? Okay, then how do you update on a computer? I just downloaded the link that you guys gave us.
Okay. Is that under settings, PJ?
So it should be under settings. Do you see the plus symbol next to on the right side? So you see those two images to the right? Is there if you click on the plus symbol, can you add an image? Do you have an image on your computer you can add?
I have, I mean, I think I can add it. Yes, let's see.
Yeah, because right now, Michael, you're blurred. So while we're talking about this, if you're interested in this virtual background too, go ahead and play with your settings. I see Jane's got the virtual background going on. So then you can also, as PJ said, you'll see a little plus sign in the corner with a virtual background, and you can add your own pictures. Oh, Lily did something. She's on a ship somewhere. So if I add my own image, I don't think I have anything on my desktop. I can do this one. And now I'm gonna get myself beamed up. Okay, so I see a question from.
There you go, Michael did it.
Yeah, you did it, Michael. Okay, great.
Mine says.
Thank you. At least that's a start.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Dolores.
Yes, when I'm in background and filters, it says your processor does not meet our recommended specification for virtual background.
So that sounds like a computer. Is that a computer issue, PJ?
Yes. So it sounds like the type of computer she has is not, it doesn't meet the minimum requirements that Zoom like it has. It's probably too old or not powerful enough.
So maybe you can update your computer software, Dolores, or join from an iPad or even an iPhone.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw a question.
Ayesha?
Yep, hang on, I saw a question in the chat. 1 second, Catherine. So Garza, what you said you can't see the settings. So as you can play with all the settings. As long as you don't hit end or leave, you will still be in the meeting. Where are you, Garza? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, so did you dial in or are you on the computer?
I'm on the computer, but I don't see anything. I just see the presentation, the Zoom. I don't see anything that is being discussed on the screen.
Do you see the bottom of your screen? Does it have mute with the little microphone, stop video with the camera?
Participants, chat, share screen, record, live transcript, reactions. That's the only thing I see in the bottom.
Ayesha, I'm gonna take a screenshot of the bar, so I should be able to.
Okay, good.
Second.
Yeah, do you see this at PJ sharing? You don't have these other icons on the left?
No, I only have mute and start video. That's it.
What device are you on?
I'm on a Mac Pro, but I don't see any of these features. Is there yeah, I don't see remote control, any of those that are listed in the screenshot or more. I don't see any of those at all in the Zoom. And I'm in a Mac Pro. I mean, it's not.
Right.
It's not.
What could that be, PJ? Is it because you're screen sharing?
You know, it's a good question. You know, if she doesn't see this, it could be minimized, or maybe, do you have one monitor?
Yeah, I only have one monitor, but I'll see in the bottom, it says mute and then it says start video. Okay, which check off, but the security is not there.
Yeah, well, some of these buttons will not show because I'm a host or a co-host, right. So I get a little bit more options than you do. But right next to where it says like mute, stop video, if you click that little drop down that's right here next to the stop video, that should allow you to choose virtual background.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. I
see it.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Then so it says choose virtual background, and you go in there, and then you. Yeah.
Yep. When you click that, you'll have a few different options, just like we did with Michael, and then you can always upload your own picture or two.
Got it.
So the controls you see are a bit different because PJ and I are hosting it. As a guest, you'll probably just see mute, stop video, participants chat, probably, because I have a lot more options because we're hosting it. Okay, so I saw someone else with a question.
Hey,
Catherine. Hang on 1 second, Davina. Catherine had a question, but you're on mute, Catherine.
I'm sorry. I have sort of the same question that was just discussed. I'm on an iPad, and there's nothing that I've touched on here so far will allow me to do a background.
Okay, do you see where it says the stop video and the little, I'm
correct, but there's no arrow. There's no down arrow next to it.
Is there an up arrow?
Nope, no arrow. I have mute, stop video, share connection, participants, and more. And under more, there's nothing that indicates that.
Okay.
Looking that up right now, Ayesha.
Okay.
I'm on an iPad also.
Do you have a more button?
I have it under more.
If you,
Under more, it says backgrounds and filters,
yes.
but if there's nothing.
Yeah, so on the iPad, you would choose more
bingo.
button.
You
Okay.
got it.
Perfect.
Catherine's in
I
the
do
weeds.
get it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then you can add your own photos. So Catherine made it to the weeds. Who else was having background issues?
Me.
It's none for me,
Andy.
Ayesha, for Davina.
Okay.
It just says none, and there's nothing, there's no virtual background that I can choose from. I mean, I understand what you were saying earlier, that I could choose it from my own, but if I choose it from the Zoom available background, it says none. So
But do you
where
see
should I go?
Do you see none, blur, and a couple other defaulted pictures there?
Nothing
No
at
default.
all. No, nothing.
Okay.
Just none.
Is there a plus button to add one?
Yes, there's a plus button, but when I click it, it goes, it wants me to choose it from my own background, but that's not what I want. I want a background from Zoom. So is there any way that I could add it?
So I'm guessing because you already have the none there, you might need to you might need to update your Zoom, because Zoom has been so popular. They have almost monthly updates.
Updates? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So how do I update? I think there was a question like that earlier. How do I update my Zoom?
From the iPad, it would be from the Apple Store or the App Store.
Oh, I see. Right.
You
From the PC. If it's from the PC.
The PC, during the meeting, you can't do it, but once the meeting's over, you would just select your picture on the top right of the app, and it would say check for updates. And it would update it, redo it for you. But you can also, on the iPad, if you opened up Safari or your internet browser and you go to Google, you can just type in backgrounds, and then you can save them onto your iPad. I know it's a little extra work, but if you wanted to have a custom background.
Right, because you know what? When I'm on my phone, I have a virtual background, iPhone, I mean, but on my PC, it has nothing.
So your iPhone's probably a bit more updated than your background. So you have me and myself.
And my other issue is, I can't, I'm blank. If you could see my background, I mean, I don't have my picture, or what do I say?
Is your camera on?
Yeah, my camera's on. So I'm not sure. Maybe it has something to do with my computer.
You would have to see under, I guess, your video settings, because mine automatically turns off when I log into Zoom. Just that way I can make sure I want to look how I want to look before my camera comes on. Do you have any options to turn on your camera? Or what PJ is, okay, that's great, PJ. Yeah, he's gonna go to video, right? Okay.
Yeah. So right here, you guys can see my settings? Okay, so yeah, under video, you would go to the camera and make sure that you have the camera selected.
Okay.
Do you see that there, Davina?
So how I got here was I went again to where it says stop video, that little drop down, and I just said choose virtual background, or you can go to video settings. That's
video settings. Let me try the video settings. I haven't done that. Okay. Okay.
So this is the settings where you should take your time and kind of play with things. So
okay, I'll do that. So
you can look at general. You can talk about using dual monitors, which I use sometime. Your video, your audio, so you can make sure you can hear people. Your chat features, background and filters, and your profile.
I like this option right here, turn off my video when joining a meeting, just like you said, Ayesha, to make
sure I do.
That I'm ready for the video.
Make sure I'm, fully clothed and I have food in my teeth. So what's the next question? Andrea, you had a question?
Yeah, I'm having trouble. I'm on an iPad also, and I guess I've been updating, but this one evidently didn't do it. There are two things. One is I used to see that background default, and now I don't. And the other is these filters. What is that? There's some funny little characters and stuff in that.
So, you know, Zoom is getting, I don't know, they're trying to meet certain people with these filters. So you can just click these filters and have silly things. We picked the same filter. It's just, people are doing this because they're home all the time and they want something to do. But I think I saw one with an animal face. So this is another filter here. Did it do, oh, look, I have a halo. It's just silly. And I can keep my mask on. I like this one actually. So it's just a silly thing. They're not really super necessary, but Zoom has definitely made it to where people can have fun because, you know, we're going to be on this thing for a while. So I moved a bird over here. So that's what the filters are. They're just silly little things. Okay. Anything else as far as issues logging in or your camera or even chatting? Have people had issues with that?
Well, I still don't see how you got to are those Zoom settings you're looking at? I'm looking at with his screen, and I get to those when I'm out of the screen sharing with you guys. Is that when I'll get to it?
Nope. So if you look, you said you're on an iPad. So do you see the more button?
Yep.
You click on that.
Oh, meeting settings. Is that what I'm looking at? Oh, okay, got it.
See it?
Yep.
Perfect. So it's a little bit different when you're I'm on a desktop now. So it looks a bit different when I'm here at the office versus on my iPhone or if I had an iPad. So, you know, if you don't see the automatic stop video and mute button, always hit the more because you could see different options there as to what to do on your device. So how do you share a file? This is a good question while you're in a Zoom meeting. Can you share a file or can't you just, I don't think, does it have file sharing, PJ?
No, so our admin at UCLA turned off file sharing during meetings. You could file share directly through chat. So if, you know, me and you were having a private conversation, or even if we had like 2 or 3 people added onto the chat, we can do it. But during a meeting, you cannot share files.
So then how would you share it after the meeting versus just emailing the person?
If you were going to do it through Zoom, you'd have to go through chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zoom's not the best for like sharing files. You know, I would still share, I would use like Box or email the file directly, but if you were just with one person and you wanted to share something, you would just drag and drop it into the chat.
But not in these meeting group settings.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, that answered that question. So if you, Ping, if you downloaded a background, it will show up as your background if you set it that way, but you can always change it and delete it and move it around.
My question is, if next time if I use a room, is the background still there, or I still have to download one more time again?
It'll be there every time you log on until you take it off.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
Because we can
Thank
see you're somewhere in a lake.
Yeah.
Okay.
See my yeah, you can see my download picture.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so we talked about the filters. What other questions have people wanting to do? Like, I'm not sure if you're using these for meetings or just talking with friends, but you have options to do polling, which maybe we could visit in another presentation, or your reaction button. You can do like a little heart icon, or you can raise your hand. Are people comfortable with that? Or any other general questions? I mean, I wanted this to be a open kind of forum. So what other questions you might have for Zoom, this is kind of the place where we can answer those. So I do have a question. Let's do two things. So the live transcript, it's something where, and I should be doing this now that they've enabled this. As you can see now, you can see closed caption at the bottom of your screen. So this is something that I've been doing when we upload our videos to YouTube, is I enable closed captioning. And this is more for people who, I think Zoom is trying to be more inclusive. So people who have vision issues or hearing issues, they're able to see what we're saying as long as we enunciate. There we go. Okay, just making sure it's right. So that's what the live transcript is. You'll see the closed captioning, and that's a kind of new feature that PJ is showing you on the screen there. Someone else asked about a background, but they suddenly lost it. Can you elaborate, Cornelia? How did you suddenly lose it? You have to take yourself off of mute.
Okay. Yeah, for several months I had a background. And then one day I just didn't. And the video was showing my home office, which looks terrible. And I have not been able to get the background back. I don't have, on my toolbar, I don't have more.
Are you on a desktop?
Yeah, I'm on a Dell computer with Windows 10.
Okay, so you should, do you have to stop video with the little?
Yeah, I have the video. I can work the mute. I have
click the little
chat.
button. Right, so click the button that's next to stop video, the little caret. Is that called a caret, everyone? I think it is. I don't know what that symbol is called, but I think it's called a caret. Do you see that there?
Oh, that's where that is.
That's
Choose virtual background.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's probably the one thing I hadn't found.
Possibly. Okay.
Under the, see, thank you so much.
Got it. Yep. So it definitely varies depending on the device you're on. So if you're on an iPad, it could be under more. If you're on a regular laptop or desktop, it should be under the video option.
Well, that's probably the one question I most needed to ask. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay, so what other questions? This is your time, your forum. I want to make sure we're covering kind of the basics, but if you have more advanced questions, you know, I have this scheduled for an hour. So we have an hour of IT help, and this is free. Well, I don't know if it's free, but it's IT help that we can kind of answer those questions for you. So is anyone doing like webinars that may have questions, or I don't know what else people
Ayesha, I could say a few things. The most common things that we usually get asked is like how to rename, because like say like if you know, grandchildren's children, friends, some other times people get on your computer and may join a different Zoom meeting, or your husband or significant other has a name, and then you log on and then you see their name as your name. So I don't know if anybody knows how to change their name, but under your video, you would see the 3 little dots. You would click that and you would see a drop down that says rename, and you can change your name.
So can everyone see where, let me lower my hand. And I'm gonna lower your hand, Michael, but we'll get back to you if you have a question. So okay. When you see yourself on your screen and you kind of hover over your picture, you'll see a mute button and 3 little dots. Does everyone see the 3 dots to the right of their picture? Let me get a thumbs up or a yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you click the 3 dots. No. Okay, what do you see on your own box?
Just take it back to your box.
There has a drop down like mute my video. Yes. The last one is rename.
Yes, exactly.
The last one, yeah.
So when you hit those 3 dots, you can mute your audio, stop your video. You can also change your filter and background that way too.
Yeah.
You can hide yourself. So I can click hide myself view. how do I get myself back? Let me
You can also click on participants, Ayesha. So if you see just like under here where we did the stop video, you see participants. If you click on participants, you can go to your name and rename yourself as well that way.
Yes, that's also another way. I hid myself, PJ. How do I unhide myself? Oh, there we go. I got it. Show self view. I think, am I back? Yes, I am. Okay. So then, yes, you can rename yourself. You can edit your profile picture from that option as well. But an easier way, like PJ said, if you click on the chat, you see, and you go to your picture and your name.
The participants, this one.
Participants, you'll see mute and more. And then more, you can rename yourself. So I can rename myself. Tell me if you can see what my new name is. Everyone, let me do it right now. Okay, do you see my new name?
Chicken Little.
Okay, so you can change your name to anything that's not inappropriate or whatever you decide to do.
I have, just on the iPad, I see the participants. When I press on my name, it doesn't allow, oh, there, oh, down at the bottom here. Okay, I finally found it.
Found it? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
all right.
It's really a little different than what we're seeing, and you've got a lot more controls showing up than what I see on this iPad.
Okay, so we do have another question about, so UCLA Zoom, and before I get to your question, Michael, as a UCLA retiree, you do have access to Zoom, but you don't have the paid version, correct, PJ? That's just for Emeriti.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
So staff retirees do not have access to the video conferencing license where it's unlimited.
I believe that's true. Yeah.
Only Emeriti, yes. So
yeah. The Emeriti gets the full pro license, which gives unlimited meeting. And the free version, you only get to have 45-minute meetings.
Yes. So that's just how the licensing is set up. So if you are an Emeriti, there is, let me send that. How do I do this? I think that's it. Wait, hang on. I used to have a login for that, but I mean, where is it? Zoom. Hold on. Okay. I think so. Do you have a link for where? I'll find it. So I know that there is a login for staff and retired faculty. So I will find that and I'll make sure I email it to you. But as an emeritus or emerita, you do have access to Zoom Pro. But as a staff employee, unfortunately, you do not have the upgraded version. You have to pay for that. Let me see,
were you just trying to find the UCLA Zoom sign in, Ayesha?
Yeah, so that people, and I had it, but I don't remember where I saved. Oh, you know what? I think I do have it somewhere.
I just placed it in the chat.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm sorry if, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry if I'm completely lost. This is the first time I've even clicked on my Zoom icon. I'm on an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I don't get any of the, I don't see any of the options. My screen is either this black screen with done speaking on it, or I can move on to where I see some of the participants.
Okay. What else are you trying to see? Just want to make sure I'm understanding your question. Oh, did we lose you? Okay. Then I don't, maybe if she comes back, we'll be able to answer her question. Okay. I saw a question. Michael, you had a question or no?
I think he's mute. Here, I'll ask him to unmute.
Thanks. On the chat, how do you distinguish from everyone to individual chat? Like, how do you do that at the bottom when you hit the chat? It's not doing it for me.
I'm gonna take another screenshot so you guys can see.
Okay.
So right now, if you were to type in this chat, everybody would see it. If you click this little drop down or the caret right here, you will be able to see all the participants, and then you just select one person, and then it'll be a direct private communication. Even though you are writing privately, there is a Zoom log, so they'll just take note.
So below everyone, I just click on the name I want to send to.
Yep, exactly. And then you'll have to switch it back to everyone because it will just stay defaulted as that individual.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I think I saw a question from Shigeko.
Thank you.
Yes, I was wondering, you said access to Zoom Pro was for Emeriti, but for staff, we had to pay for. If you're a retired staff, do you qualify for the Zoom Pro?
No, it's only for Emeriti. That was, I don't know who negotiated the licensing, but that was what they have. And I've asked our IT folks and the Zoom folks about having this great feature for staff, but they said no, as of this time, it's only for Emeriti faculty.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Let's see. How do I return?
Hello? I didn't get my question answered. Do I need a basic Zoom 101? It seems like everybody's way ahead of me, and I thought this was a beginner's workshop.
It is. So just tell me, let's dive into your question. Where are you basic Zooming from? What questions do you have? Okay.
Well, I logged in, and this is the first time I've even hit the Zoom icon. So I can see the screen where you're presenting, but the only other two screens I see is one that says, tap to speak, and everything else is black on that screen, or a screen with some of the participants. Those are the three options I have. I don't have any buttons to change anything. I don't know how to get to that.
Okay, so what device are you on? Let's start there.
I'm on an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Okay. Do you see at the top corner a little view icon? It has like 9 squares in view.
Let's see. No, I only have, when I'm watching the screen where you're on the side, where you're an insert, I have a recording on the top left, and it's gone now. But at one point, I had some very small icons, but they're gone. All I see is your presentation screen.
Okay.
And the galaxy background.
Okay, so let me see if this helps. Because I'm in side-by-side screen where I see everyone. It sounds like you're in the screen where it says side-by-side by speaker. It says now you should see me and the other screen, right?
No, I see you and the chat underneath you.
All right, what could that be, PJ?
I'm searching a little bit on the web right now, and don't really have an answer right now.
Because it sounds like you don't have a full screen, so that might be if you can go to your settings.
How do I go to my settings within Zoom? Like I said, I have no icons to click. All I have are pages that I can shift through, and the first one has the button to talk, and then the second one is your presentation, and the others are just 4x4 the other participants.
Okay, so do you see that stop video with the little carrot icon or no?
Something along the lines of this.
Yeah, do you see this option here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. The first page is just this black screen with a big button that says either done speaking or tap to speak.
It sounds like you only have yourself that you're looking at when,
I don't see myself on the screen. I just see, like I said, this black, the first page is this black screen that says
look like this?
driving mode.
Oh, are you in driving mode?
Well, that's what this black screen says at the top.
So turn off driving mode. Well, are you driving?
I don't know.
Wait, no, are you driving right now?
You mean in a car? No, I'm at home.
Okay, so that's it. You need to turn off driving mode. I noticed that at the last update is that, you know, people are on the go, they're taking Zoom calls on their way to drop off kids or pick up kids or whatever. So if you're on driving mode, it won't.
How do I change that?
On the iPhone, if you swipe down from the top of the screen, that should bring up the control center, and it will be a picture of a car icon.
Okay, swipe down gives me the date, and it says iPhone Zoom, and it's like a fast forward, pause, and reverse.
Okay, try from the top right corner. I think that's how you do it on the iPhone 12. So try the very top right corner and swipe kind of diagonally down. And it should bring up like your airplane mode.
No, it brought up photo.
Okay. This is the screen. I don't know if you can see my phone. Let me turn off my background.
Okay, no, I can't get back to you.
Okay,
no, okay.
Like this. So for me, what I have an iPhone 11. So from the top, it's going to be mirrored, I think. So you're looking opposite, but you grab the top and you kind of go down and it will look like this, where your volume, your contrast. Again, I'll show you that.
Let me spotlight you. Can everyone see that?
Yeah, and so for me, I don't have the driving. I turned that off for me, but I do have airplane mode. So it should be like a little button like this. It shows a little image of a car, and you would just press it and it would turn off driving mode. Let me see if I can find
like a screenshot. I did find, okay, I found a screenshot. I just Googled it. So that makes sense as to why it would be there.
Yeah, so this icon right here of the car.
Do you see the little car?
We may have lost it again.
Oh, okay. We lost a few people. So, okay, so let's, well, we'll get back to that question as needed to come back. So, okay, after hiding yourself, were you able to find yourself, Eileen? Did Eileen leave?
Yes, I found myself. Thank you.
Good. You found yourself. Good. Okay. Yes. Perfect. So someone asked about raising your hand. So if you look down on the reactions, it's a little smiley face, the plus mark by its head. You hit reactions, and you can see a bunch of little emojis and raise hand. Can everyone show me a reaction? Or raising their hands? I can see that everyone's got it. Good, I like that. Okay, so perfect. So you know how to raise your hand. How do you show a chart or whatever on the screen? Okay, so screen sharing. I think I understand your email, Jane, is how do you screen share, right? So in order to screen share, and I'm not quite sure, I was going to let people share, but I think that might be a little crazy. So let me see how I can do this without causing chaos. Okay, so I'm going to allow everyone to share their screen.
Okay, so I have to stop sharing. So I'm going to stop sharing right now.
Okay, so now PJ has stopped sharing. I'm going to lower everyone's hand. So now you should have a little icon that says share screen. We can only do one at a time. So what you would do is, you see the green icon that says share screen, and I'm going to pick someone to kind of test it out for us. Who
really quick, Ayesha, do you mind if I show something really fast?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Screen 2. When you click screen share, you're going to see a window pop up, and it's going to show you everything that you have open on your computer. With Zoom, you can choose to share your actual screen, which is going to show everything. Like, say for me, you see all these icons on the bottom right here, because I decided to share my right monitor. You can choose to just share an application that's open on that monitor. So say if you have like an internet browser open, like say this, see how I have this Zoom open right here? You can say, I just want to share that. And so that's this third picture, or the one that's right below screen 1. I could choose just my browser. But then if I pulled over my mouse, or if I pulled over anything else, you would not see that. So when you do decide to share a screen, you probably want to choose screen 1 or screen 2. That way, and if you're on a laptop or a phone, you're going to only have one option. But if you're on that laptop or your phone and you have multiple things open, you can share the application, but then you won't see your desktop or anything else that's in the background. So sometimes if you have sensitive stuff, or you're on another instant messenger app and you don't want things distracting your presentation, you can just choose to share that one thing that you want to. But I would always recommend doing your screen versus something else that's in one of these pictures.
So does anyone want to volunteer to test out screen sharing? If you do, raise your hand and we can walk you through it. Any volunteers to try it? Shiko? How do you say your name?
Shigeko.
Shigeko. Okay. Do you want to? Well, we can't see your picture, but do you want to go ahead and try screen sharing? Do you see the little green icon?
Yeah. So just press screen.
You did it. Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you see how the red button says your screen is broadcasting?
Yes.
So everything on your screen is what we see. I think, are you on your iPhone?
No, I'm on my iPad.
Your iPad. Okay. So then when you hit that share screen, you can pick which window to show.
Okay,
Good.
so could I get off of it? I don't want to share
you're off,
anything.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else want to try screen sharing? So if you're ever in a meeting and you want to share your picture, who was that? Is that you again?
No.
You go? Okay.
No.
Okay, I don't know who that is sharing, but
my name is Gail and I don't quite know what I'm doing.
Okay, was that you sharing?
Yes.
Okay, so just as you did share screen, and I'll show my screen so you all can see what it looks like. So when I do share screen, I'm going to pick the chat. So now everyone can see the chat, right? So then if I want to do a new share, let's say I want to share my desktop. Now you're seeing this other screen. So when you hit share, you should have a few things that pop up that you can look at and different things you want to share. Now I'm sharing a file folder that I have open. So there's different things you can see, and you just kind of pick and choose what you want to share. So I'm going to stop sharing. Does anyone else want to give it a shot? Tell me who you are. Okay, Andrea, go ahead. Hit the green button at the bottom.
Oh, it gives me a choice right then.
Yes. So everyone's on their iPad.
So,
before we end the meeting, Ayesha, I didn't know if you wanted to bring up like zooming in, if anybody has trouble, because sometimes if you're on a MacBook or a Mac, they usually have really good resolution, but then words can become really tiny or objects can become really tiny. So Zoom can zoom in too if you wanted to explain that.
Zoom can
It
zoom
said
in.
I could. It said I couldn't share while someone else was sharing.
Right. So
I couldn't do anything.
Well, there are options, but that's more advanced. So if I'm sharing a screen, I can let PJ we can all share our screens, but that'll be chaos. So that'll be a few lessons down the line. So
to turn it off, would you just go back up to share screen and just press it again? Is that all there is to it?
Once you hit share screen, you'll see where you can stop share. It's a red button.
Okay.
That will show stop. So that's
I will tell you on the iPad, I think what's happening is when you guys are sharing your screen for information, all of the control buttons are not there for those of us on an iPad.
Right. You have to go to more for that.
Yeah. Once you turn off the sharing of your screens, the things that, you know, switching to active speaker, all of those things show up, but they're not there when someone's sharing a screen. We lose a lot of control. So if you can do that on Windows, that's great. And I'm not on a Mac right now, but I'll try it there too. But I couldn't do any of the controls you talked about while you're sharing the screen, which is sort of stinky, but that's the way it is.
On a Zoom 101, so helping all the retired faculty and staff understand.
Well,
sorry, I'm in another meeting, so I'm just going to mute myself, PJ, but I'll be right back.
Okay, so if you guys want to know how to increase the window size,
yeah,
this is mostly for like Windows and PCs. With iPhones, it's a little bit different because if I share my screen and you're on a little 7-inch iPhone, you're not going to be able to see my desktop too much. But for when you join the meeting, you should see on the top of your screen your meeting options. You can click options and then go to Zoom ratio, and then from here you can, you know, go up in 50% increments if you wanted to increase the size. Do we have any other questions? Let me just pull up the chat. Let's see how I unhide myself. Okay, Ayesha had that same problem. So when you see the video, right, when you see the little windows of everybody's video, you should be able to go over to yourself and click on the 3 little dots, and then you should have the option to unhide self view. You can also go to the participants and then see yourself that way, and then again go to the 3 dots and say unhide self view.
Thanks, that was helpful.
Yeah. You got any questions? How do you add video filters? Okay, so let's pull up the video options. And you guys could still see my screen, right? So, yep. Okay, so video filters. You can't really add a filter, but I think from the web you might be able. I don't think they don't have the option to add your own video filter. You could just add video backgrounds and picture backgrounds. And that would be under virtual backgrounds by clicking the plus button. And then you would just pick a video or image off your PC.
Are you on a PC or are you on a Mac?
I'm on a PC.
Okay, I'm on a Mac and I can't get to background and filters.
Is this a Mac like computer, or is this like an iPad or iPhone?
It's a desktop.
Okay, so when you're in the video, let me take a screenshot so I can show you. Do you see anything like this on your Mac, on either of your screens? Or?
That bottom section where
I see mute, start and stop video.
Okay, so on the video part, do you have a little button like this, a little drop down?
Yes.
If you click that drop down, you should see.
Oh, I see. Choose virtual background.
That's it. You want to pick one?
Yep.
Okay, let's see it. Go, Gail, go. No pressure.
It doesn't show me a choice. It just says background and filters.
Okay.
So let me click on it again. It
Yeah,
says none. I don't have any. I know I don't have any, but which ones?
So if you can still see my screen, so you see how, so yours just says none, right?
Right.
Do you have that little plus symbol that have my mouse over right here?
Wait a minute. I don't see you again. Hold on. Let me go out of here.
Let me see.
Okay. Over there. No, it doesn't pop up like that. Let me try again.
We can also do a screen share if you want to try screen sharing, and then you can show us. We can do it together if you're not able to figure it out.
Can you see me?
We can see you.
You cannot screen share with others while participating in sharing.
Try it again, because PJ was screen sharing.
Okay. Okay. Screen share.
And I would choose screen, like screen one.
This one right here? No,
I can't see it until you share it. You're going to have the option for like screen one, and then certain applications that you have open. I would choose screen one.
Just do it. Just believe in it. Let's try screen one and see what happens.
I'm pushing all of them and nothing is happening. I can only see, is your name Ayesha?
Yeah.
I can only see you. And then it has iPhone, AirPlay, iPhone, iPad, and it has a Safari launch meeting Zoom. That's what I have open.
So when you click the share screen, do you get a window that pops up that, and I will take a screenshot again and show you what I see.
I clicked it again and hold on a minute.
Do you see something like this, a window that pops up that shows you all your screens?
No, but hold on a minute. I see something else.
Okay.
Share screen.
Yeah.
And then over here it says share.
Yes. Yes. That's Gail sharing. You see it? Perfect.
Okay, so I think your question was how to add a picture, right? So
a background, yes.
If you can pull up the settings. If you open up Zoom and then do that, or click the video or stop, like don't click stop video, but the little drop down next to stop video, and then choose the virtual background. So then it brings up the settings window. There you go.
Okay. Then it said, okay, I did. Did you see it?
We see it.
So
okay, but you see it says none.
Right.
So I just
PJ is because in more control of your screen. I'm approving that. Okay, PJ?
Thank you. So another cool feature Zoom has is that you can pass the mouse to somebody who's on the meeting. So now I am controlling Gail's computer. So
that thing.
Yeah. So
it's a weird world of control, you know?
Okay.
So you would click the add image button, and then from there, you would choose an image that's on your computer. I think for me, it doesn't show me that part gets blocked out from our Zoom meeting. Not sure if she froze, but I don't see.
The video. Can you show us here how people could update their Zoom?
Yeah.
To make sure they have the most current software.
So during the meeting, it won't let you open.
You can't do it. Okay.
Once you end the meeting, the Zoom app will pop up, and then that's where you would do the update. But let me see if I can just grab a screenshot somewhere. And then Gail, are you still in the meeting?
Gail's still
yes,
here.
I'm still here.
Okay, sorry. I think your internet might be just a little bit laggy. When you click that plus button, did a window pop up? Go to add image.
And all the pictures you have, you can pick which image you want.
Yeah, like we don't see this. Zoom doesn't allow us to see like your computer.
It gives me all my files.
Yeah, and so from here you would choose an image from your computer and it would add it to your Zoom.
A picture file. So like if you have a picture of your dog or your front lawn, that could be your background.
Oh, I see.
So like if I, how do I do this? Let me see. If I did my own profile, I could pick a different profile picture. Usually I use this profile picture. Oh wait, hang on. And then that way you see how you can see my picture. So, yeah. So people were asking that too. So that's how you share. I think you're okay for the screen sharing. I want to make sure we have enough time for other questions because it's already after 11, but.
Well, I'll work on that. I'll work on my background.
Well, you did it. So that's fantastic.
Okay.
So then for Susan, how do you get a picture when you stop video? So this, what you're seeing now, my talking Joe Bruin, this is what happens when I stop my video is you see my profile picture. So if you go to those 3 squares at the top of your picture, you'll see at the bottom rename. And then before that, it says edit profile picture. You see that, everyone? With the 3 buttons, edit profile picture.
No.
So Ayesha, I think we're sharing my screen right now.
Okay.
So I was like, I think if you just, are you talking about this picture right here?
No, I'm talking about, you know, when you're in, if I turn off my video, you see my profile picture.
Got you. Okay.
So how do you get a profile picture?
Right.
Is that the question, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes, exactly.
All right.
I'm taking a screenshot right now.
Okay. Yes. Do you see those 3 buttons? Oh, they were there.
So it's this one. It's right down here. These 3 buttons right here.
No, you're in a different screen that you're sharing. Yes. So do you see the 3 buttons next to mute? Everyone see that? You click on those 3 buttons.
Yes.
You go to edit profile picture.
That's not one of my choices.
What do you see under the 3 buttons?
I see mute. Oops. I see mute my audio, stop video, choose virtual background, choose virtual filter, pin, hide self view, and rename.
You can also do it from the participants page. So let me get a screenshot of that one. So if you were to click the participants button, when you see all the participants, if you click the more option next to your name, you should see edit profile picture right there.
Do you see that?
I'm looking for that right now.
No, no more.
Okay, more. It just says rename. More. Rename is all it says.
But not edit profile picture.
No, no.
What device are you guys? Are you 2 on, Eileen? Are you on an iPad?
No, I'm on a desktop.
So I think
desktop too, and I see the same thing she does.
I have a PC, no more, no anything under 3 buttons, nothing about profile pictures anywhere.
Same here.
You may have to update
PC.
your Zoom.
Okay, so I think maybe, do people want to come back for another Zoom session? If I have maybe one next month to like answer more questions. So I think
good. I like this. This was
good. Yes. So I think today's homework, we're gonna wrap it up so we can let PJ get back to his day.
Can I show one last thing? I just
Sure.
how to update your Zoom because I think that always resolves a lot of the problems when you're missing features or having issues with Zoom. And so this video right here will show you. So once you end the meeting, your Zoom will pop up like this. And this is how you do the update. So there, you will usually see a little thing. I'm sorry, the video, it's kind of blurry right now, but you'll see like a little blue text here at the top saying the new update is available. You can also click on your image on the top right. And when you click that, you'll see check for updates. But you can watch this video. I guess I got it more clear. There you go. Yeah, so once you click update, you'll see a window pop up like this, and you'll have to choose the blue update button. As long as it's your laptop, you should, or desktop, you should be fine. Sometimes they requires a password to do updates, but like this person did it. That's how I usually do it, is I click on my picture, say choose up or check for updates. They show you to go to the web, you can do that. But if you already have the app installed, I would recommend doing it this way that he did. Because sometimes if you have an older version, sometimes it won't display that little blue an update's available. Right. Especially with UCLA's. I haven't really seen this one too much. We usually go this way. So you click on that image and then check for updates right here.
So I think today's homework needs to be, everyone here needs to update their Zoom. And I will email the group the different ways to update and a video. So I want you to watch the video on updating your Zoom and try to update your software. No matter what device you're on, update it across all devices. So that's today's homework. And I think if I can reschedule this a date in November, I will check with my calendar. I don't know if we can have PJ at the next one, but I will do my screen sharing, and we'll try to have as much.
Let me know the day. I can make it, Ayesha. Just let me know what day and time, and I'll make it work.
All right, so I'll pick a date in November to have session 2. So I think we got to the basics of background filters, screen sharing, emojis. We did a lot today, so that was fantastic. People are chatting up a storm, so this is great. I like it. If you have additional questions after I send you the follow-up email, send it to me and I'll make sure that's on the topic for the next Zoom session. Okay? Can I get a thumbs up icon in your reactions? Good, okay.
Thank you so much.
Great, I love it. So thank you everyone. Have a great Thursday. Is it Thursday yet? It's Thursday. And I will follow up via email with everyone that registered here. And then we'll schedule the next Zoom. Once I get a date from PJ, I'll send out another email, okay?
Thank you.
You all did fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, bye. Thank you, PJ.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, guys.